Fraser Woods Montessori School, cultivating compassion, confidence, and joy of learning. This podcast is coming to you from Fraser Woods in Newtown, Connecticut. Your host is head of school David Newman. I'm John Iannuzzi, News Director, WPKN Radio, and a parent of a Fraser Woods student. First off, welcome to episode 2 of the Fraser Woods Montessori School podcast. Your host, as always, is head of school David Newman. And David, it's hard to believe, but we are a month into the school year. How are we doing?
Is it been a month? Really? Wow. Great. The transition for most of our kids has been seamless. You know, teachers are doing a great job. Parents are doing a wonderful job of supporting our work in the school. I think the kids that are having a little bit of some issues with the transition, it's just a change of schedule. You know, I think that what I'm seeing and what the teachers are seeing, the feedback I'm getting is that the kids are happy. You know, this is a happy place, and you know, our teachers are flexible and adjust to the kids' needs, and you know, we all take turns walking some upset kids around school, and we get it done.
I only heard one this morning, so that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that our battle-tested veteran faculty help the newer faculty members acclimate.
They do. They're great. If nothing more than just sort of been there, done that. A steadying force. You know, when you get thrown a curveball, they just sort of keep their even keel, and there's comfort in that. And for some of our new teachers, even though they're veterans, the new teachers, they're new to here, and getting used to that rhythm and the way things are done here is different than what they've experienced in the past. And so to have, you know, the Michelle Doyles of the world who just sort of cruise along and nothing really, she's unflappable. So, and that sort of permeates through the rest of the staff.
Now, we had a curriculum night.
We did last Thursday. Something we have every year. This year we did something a little bit different and had a guest speaker, a motivational speaker, a woman named Kelsey Tainsh, who I won't get into her whole life story. I would encourage people to look her up. Kelsey, it's Tainsh, Tainsh. Incredible life story. She worked with the kids, 2 different groups, the elementary and then the middle school during the day, and then spoke to the parents prior to parents going to the classrooms for a curriculum night, and just providing the community with perspective and inspiration. It was wonderful. I think it was well received by the parents.
I know that early on in the year, it's probably just as much about getting the parents comfortable, right, as the kids?
Definitely. Making this feel like this is their place as well as the kids. Encouraging them to come in the building, spend some time getting to know one another, attending the events, hanging out in the new Adirondack chairs out front. Don't know if you noticed those. So. And
the rain stopped, so now we can actually...
Exactly. Maybe get some coffee hour, morning coffees out there, and encourage people to really engage with one another.
The family fact sheets are in?
The family fact sheets
there was a lot of email about that. Make sure you get those in. Talk to us about the adjustment to the dismissal procedure. We're getting this streamlined.
Yes. We benefited this year from 25% growth in enrollment. So that's more volume at dismissal time, as well as people who don't quite understand the process and the timing and all that. There's some nuance there that the veterans get, but it just seemed like a simple way to help alleviate some of the congestion sort of at the back door by asking people. I've asked the faculty and staff to leave the gravel lot open so that people can pull forward, pull into that area, buckle their child in before they head out, head home. So I haven't gotten a lot of feedback. I've done some observing. Seems like it's working, but it's dismissal and arrival is never perfect at any school. So we just kind of adjust as we can.
So in the infancy of your second year here, what are your thoughts? What are you hearing?
Well, it's changed I would say in the year that I've been interacting with families, so if you think about the start of last year to the start of this year, the conversation has sort of evolved from, I'm so glad we're open and it's feels like a normal school year, which was, sort of the conversation last year. Like, we're fully, we're operating as a school normally would, to people feeling a little more invested in the community and helping grow the community. We're seeing larger numbers volunteering, showing up for Parent Association, meeting, people asking to be involved, offering their services, wanting to come in and maybe talk with middle school students. And there just seems to be, the feeling that I'm getting is that while I felt this last year, that this could be a hub of community for not just the students, but the parents as well, that people are more proactively seeking that this year. And that's a good sign. That's a really good sign.
Hey, we have a special guest on this particular edition of the program, and you mentioned the Parents Association. We're going to welcome in 1 second Eryn Phillips, who is the new president of the Parents Association. She's a third-year Fraser Woods Montessori School parent of a kindergartner, Soren, and a toddler, Harlow, and we're very excited to have her. But before we do that, the fall after-school enrichment programs. Get involved now?
Yes, so those programs have been developed, and they begin next week. So sign-ups are open for families.
First week of October.
So first week of October, and they run for, I believe it's 8 weeks at a time. We'll do fall, winter, and spring. There's varying degrees of offerings there, taekwondo.
So the time to get involved is now?
Yes, it is.
Eryn, thank you for joining us this morning. If you could come in just a little bit. I guess walk us through the decision that you made to get involved at the helm of the Parents Association this year.
Well, as we all know, we benefit from being involved in our child's school, right? What you put in, it comes back. It's great for the students. It's great for the parents. And I was so honored when David sent me an email asking me to be president of the Parents Association. It was kind of a no-brainer.
Now, I know that you're always looking for volunteers. You're always looking for help for people who may be reluctant.
We've had the biggest turnout in a long time to our Parents Association meeting last week than we've had. And we have a lot of people wanting to get involved. We have positions for everybody. If you want to be front and center, if you want to be behind the scenes, if you want to be more involved, less involved, if you want to just donate goods, we could use anybody's help in any way that they want to be involved.
Now, your partner, Kenyon, is very involved, so that's one level. What's something maybe in the middle?
Something in the middle would be helping set up. I know we have Oktoberfest coming up. We're looking for volunteers to help set up. We're looking for volunteers to help with face painting. We're looking for volunteers to just bring pumpkins. So there's something for everybody depending on how involved you want to be.
Now, you mentioned the Oktoberfest. That is quickly coming up, and that's the first big event of the year, right?
There's two big events fundraising events that the Parents Association hosts. One is Oktoberfest, and the other one is the gala in the spring. This is the first one. It's on October 28th from 4 to 6:30, I think.
That sounds right.
Yeah, 4 to 6:30. And this one, unlike the gala, is for families. So it's full Oktoberfest. We have hot dogs, sausages, pretzels, German music, beer, hard cider, pumpkin painting for the kids, face painting. We have a balloon twister making balloon animals for the kids. We have cornhole. There's lots of different activities. It should just be a fun day for everybody to gather in the community.
And last year the weather held out, if I remember.
It was a beautiful day last year. Yeah, we had a great turnout. So hopefully that was the first time we'd had it in 3 years. So
Right,
I think we're going to continue on the momentum from last year with Eryn and her group.
So Eryn, again, for people who want to get involved, how do they do that?
They can either reach out to me or they can email Charlotte, and Charlotte has the list, and we will get everybody involved in whatever way they want to.
This is for the whole school.
This is for everybody.
And if you can't make it, you could still
If you
buy a
can't
ticket.
make it, you could still buy a ticket to help the school, as we always appreciate. And you could even still volunteer. You could, like I said, donate pumpkins, donate supplies. You don't necessarily have to be able to be there on that day to get involved.
And you mentioned the spring gala. It sounds crazy, but it's not too early to start thinking about that.
We will start looking at volunteers and really diving into the gala in January. But we do have a sign-up form going if you'd like to be contacted when we're ready to start.
And again, involvement in the Parents Association, for anyone who is hesitant, ease their concerns. This is something that is, you can be as involved as you want to be.
You can be as involved as you want to be. We help the class parents, we help the school, we help make the school pretty. I think a lot of people don't even know that there's a beautification sign-up sheet to help hang pictures, plant plants. You could really there's so many different ways to be involved, and we host a meeting once a month with small breakfast, coffee. Anybody can come on down. The sign-up sheets will always be available. So if you didn't make it last month, you can come this month. And we're always welcoming anybody.
David and I talked. This school has the benefit of really high visibility. People pass by it every day. So its aesthetics, they're important.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we've checked off some of the priorities in the last year in terms of making the place look as best it can. We a new fence. We've really done some work in the Peace Garden. The families that come to visit, thinking about coming here, first impression is everything, right? I mean, that's it needs to be welcoming, and the Parent Association. The small schools like us benefit incredibly from a robust parent association. Everything from, the work that they do to help create a physical atmosphere that is appealing to the social atmosphere and making it feel welcoming to people. But also small schools benefit from the work that they do around some of these major events that the school really relies on to survive. So I can't thank Eryn enough, and anybody else who's doing the work with the Parent Association, because it's hard to measure the benefit that the school gets.
I will say that Eryn and Kenyon force me to raise my game. I feel like I have to. I got to rally a little bit sometimes. The message from the Parent Corner at Fraser Woods said that you folks are intentionally working to contribute to the well-being, happiness, and future achievements of my kiddo, and that's all I could ask for.
We'll do our best.
We created an email, by the way. It is fraserwoodsmontessoripodcast@gmail.com. And I think that if anyone has any questions for David, for Eryn, for any of the faculty, send them there and we'll answer them on the next podcast.
Thank you, John.
Anything we want to add?
I think turn out for Oktoberfest. It'll be a great community gathering. Yeah, absolutely.